Adam Sandler's cousin. Okay, so get your I hate that too. Get your memes out of here. Yikes. So it is the morning of your 5th day in Barovia. And there's several mornings of several characters we have to touch on. And we'll get back to our I'm not going to do a session review because last session was just a lot of errands, a lot of random things. I'll briefly talk about it, not too much though. The ranger's rousing speech of coup was stopped by his old master, who's in disguise as the carnival master Rictavio. You guys never found out that it was Rudolph, but he was able to. He recognized his voice, and Rudolph revealed himself to him. And Rudolph was able to kind of talk some sense into the patron, saying that he's a drunk old man, and such things will get you locked in the stocks. And before you guys could part for rest, you guys were called for an audience to the burgomaster, Baron Vargas Vlakovich, and he employed Vasily for 13 silvered swords. He gave you the money and supplies, to do such a thing. And that night, you also snuck Arena and Ismark to the chapel because you were worried about Isaac Stratsny, the bald, fiendish hand, axe-wielding right-hand man of the burgomaster. There was some banter between him and the cleric. They didn't really get along because you guys know he has a weird fascination with Arena. He collects these. He gets these dolls made from Blinsky, the toy maker. You went on some errands, delivered some things. You guys saw the hag known as Sally Middenheap, who is a nice old woman with pure black eyes. And the Silvalitham, Victor, and Salazar all went to Lake Zarovich the next day, the morning. But when they arrived, there was a single boat in the middle of the water and 3 docked boats. And in that single boat, you could see just a man with a fishing rod. So the wizard got on his broom to find out what was going on. But from his vantage point on his broom, he was able to see they were 200 feet out because the boat was 400 feet in the middle of this giant lake. And he saw that there was a humanoid figure inside of the boat. And that the cleric and the rogue who were in their little rowboat were being circled by some type of giant shark creature. And so the wizard was able to cast Levitate on the body, and you found out that it was a little girl inside of this sack. You were able to calm her down. And you were able to get back to shore with her, and the giant shark creature attacked, almost flipping the boat, knocking the rogue and cleric halfway into the water, and the wizard with some spellcasting was able to levitate to them and help them fly through the sky, and kind of led them back to shore with his broom as they're just floating. He pushed them and didn't die. And that is where we left off, so we will continue from there. You have a sack, which seems to have a person inside of it. So you open the bag, and there is a 7-year-old Vistana girl, and she has raven black hair, and she's wearing the Vistani wear, and her skin is alabaster white. It's like it's not the darker tone of Vistani skin that you're used to. And so when she sees you guys, she is like wide eyed, still in shock, like looking around, trying to get a bearing on her surrounding. let let the scary wizard talk. uh you're probably gonna have to like lay down to get eye level with her. You're a giant, giant dragonborn. Okay, get down on her level. What do you say? Hmm. Hello. And she'll shake your hand. You're like a little you're like a you lick her hand. Blech. That's a kiss to you, like a dog. Blech. uh, Silva likes them young. Okay, I understand. So you lick her hand. Uh, she thinks it's we. She almost died, so she's not too getting her hand licked by a dragonborn doesn't really seem too odd. So she'll accept it, and she'll say, "What's your name, knight?" And she'll take her hand back and she'll like rub the saliva off. Well, I demand you take me back to my camp. And she crosses her arms, and she's like standing like very straight, and she's like narrowing her eyes at you. This giant lake. I have no idea why that imbecile stuffed me in a sack. And she's pouty, and she's looking out in the water, and she's making bleh, no, she's sticking out her tongue. She's wearing Vistani gear, so she has like a bunch of like sashes and like a spring dress kind of deal. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's not. That's not it. There's no artwork for her. Just south of Valaki. My father will give you something for sure. They know I'm missing. Arabelle. Try to like you're like what did you say? And then the fireworks kind of fire off like robotically. Do do do. No timing whatsoever. Very badly done. You gotta walk back to the town itself. You gotta pass through Valaki and go to. She's telling you that there is a Vistani encampment southwest of Valaki in the forest, sorta, in a clearing. Hmm? Yes. So, she. So when you guys start walking, you guys all are above 6 feet. So like your strides are very long, and she's just like, trotting to keep up with you guys. Oh yes. Oh yes. She would love to ride on the broom. Yes, yes. But she'll act like she's flying it. She's the one driving the car. She's sitting on your knees, but she's the one driving the car, not you. And she's like on the broom. Broom. I ran away from home. When she goes back to like being on the broom. Broom. Because I could. And they said I couldn't. Well, my dad should know I'm alive. She I wouldn't want to worry him too much. I just wanted to prove him wrong. Everyone stares at you. Are you gonna do some inner monologuing? Do some monologuing. Monologue for me. Let's do that for an hour. Mhm. Vasily, and that's who we're gonna jump to. So we are going to jump to Vasily VR. So yes, you. So you are at the smith, and your Boggle Hasbro just has been helping you make these silver weapons as you plate each sword and you hammer them in, and you hand what uh you actually don't even have to like feed him. It seems like he kind of finds food by himself. So if he probably eats anything you eat, and he'll probably eat it as a little bit more vigorously than you will. And so you'll like hand him the hammer, and then he'll look at you, and then he has that hand axe that you still gave him, and then he'll drop it, and then he'll grab the hammer instead. And then like he's an endless container of holding things. So whatever you give him, he'll hold, and then he'll give it back to you, and then hold it again. The perfect companion. Doom, doom, doom. As you're working, there's a light knock on your door, and the door opens like quickly afterward. You recognize the knock. And it is your godfather, Vasily von Holtz, and he gives you his classic smile, and he's looking outside, making sure no one's there, and he just closes the door and locks it. Vasily, I told you earlier, there's something I have to talk to you about. It's your father. And he's just looking around, and where's your friends? Where's hmm, well, okay, good. You're alone. Before your father disappeared, Vasily, I fear there is something quite amiss. When I last saw him, maybe a week before his disappearance, he said he found something about the order. You were never told. Your father never wanted you to be involved, you or your brother Darzan. But since he's gone, and it'd be foolish not to tell you. It'd get you killed for no reason. The Keepers of the Feather. You're familiar with them, even though you don't know of them. The Mardikovs and a lot of your siblings make up the brunt. They're the secret force that opposes Strahd in Barovia. But your father was a smith for them, and he did most of the information gathering. But he must have found out something that he wasn't supposed to find out. I truly do not know. The only thing I am able to find out, I've been searching along the road from Vallaki to Barovia. It doesn't seem he's left Barovia, but it seems he's disappeared from Vallaki to Barovia itself. I feel like I'm doing a disservice to him, bringing you into the fold like this when he's gone. But I don't know. I was not able to find Darzan when he disappeared. It is quite tragic. Your uncle Oleg, you should go talk to him in the Vistani camp. He's taken up drink. I thought he got rid of that habit, but after Darzan disappeared and the search party went looking for him and turned up nothing, he was quite destroyed. But it is unfortunate that we'll never be able to have a proper burial for your brother or your father. It's very bad luck. But he doesn't really seem to have anything more to say except for just silence and comfort to you in any way possible. Also, you should go talk to the Mardikovs again. I'm sure they would want to fill you in on any more details that I do not know. But I am heading out of town again. I have to go fetch my fallen comrades. And to you, son. And he'll leave. And you will, get back to work unless you want to do anything else specifically. And so our camera pans from inside of Vasily Smith and him working, toom, toom, and flies up over the the city of Valaki, it swings over to the east. A familiar figure, but this time covered in blood and mud, is just crawling out of the forest. It is Dragomir. I sense them. The believers. They're here. I can hear them. I can hear them. Oh yeah? Like that last guy we met? Oh yeah, he was definitely a believer. I'm starting to not trust you. This is just... Yeah. Totally. Yeah, the guy with the mace. And he's just kind of like touching himself. He's whatever he's talking to is not a person. I think we should have went with those adventurers in town. Meat shields would have been perfect. But no, go into the forest. Find the believer. Patience, patience. They draw too much attention. They will work for us, don't worry. No, this is a nice cutscene. But I sense our future here. I know someone we can talk to for business. She's always quite reasonable when you ask for a trade. Well, if your friend, this time, throws me 40 feet into a tree, we're gonna have a problem, okay? Because I don't want to die. The pact I made was not including death, okay? Okay? And he's like pointing to this giant bruise where it's his skin was split open and it's just festering. And he's yes he is. And he is hobbling to the morning gates east of town. And our camera now goes even further east, flying through the trees, through the mist, through the peaks, passing Castle Ravenloft, and swooping down to the city, the village of Barovia, and to a familiar place also, the wreckage of the Death House. Now seemingly rebuilding itself. The outer walls are coming back up, 5 feet tall, while the inside is still rubble and just massive wooden beams cracked in. Hey, get up, get up. No one's around. We should get out of here. Yeah, I get it, you're hungry. But the boss gave me a lot of work to do. I'm excited. There's a swift crack of weight being lifted, and you see the giant, massive creature just throw the beams and rocks off of him. And he looks like this skeletal giant goblin. And he will go in the monsters chat right here. And under him is a figure you do not see. Good job. Let's get out of here. No. And as the tossing of wreckage is thrown, the camera is thrown along with it and distorted as it spins around and flies off to the large crowd of men and women in green cloaks and shaved heads talking to what looks like their leader, a shorter man who has Donovich, the priest, next to him. As they're pointing around, guiding villagers, and you could see around the village there is just stakes going up as wooden walls are being erected. And then we return home to the party as they are escorting a little girl back to town. Yeah, we'll say you got back to the Zarovich gates. Oh, night. Good night. Good night. Um, you want to ask her questions? Here's some useful information. No questions needed. That's sexist. Why is this old man so funny? No, she's saying that to the cleric. Yeah, he's talking about all these weird things. Hacks. Yeah, he keeps asking me all these weird questions. How? I don't want to. She grabs it. She said her father's name was Luvash. Well, it seems to be, yeah. No, he just grabbed me when I was in town. Yeah, that's what happened. That's all I remember. Yeah, weird like you. Yeah, whatever she's saying seems to be the truth. This is Barovia. This happens all the time. Aren't you familiar? We're new here. My dad likes to say I'm very old for my age. Old soul. Old soul. Very true. By a cult. Do you want to stop by Vasily? So you'll grab this. You'll go to Vasily's workshop. You're gonna go knock on his door. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Vivi. And does she like flies in on the broom, and then she hops off. She says, "Vasily, how are you doing, Uncle?" You're her uncle. She hasn't she hasn't seen you haven't seen her. Her name's Arabelle. You haven't seen her in years. 3 years probably. Yes, it is. I'm so big now. And she stands up really tall, hands on hips. Your friends are weird. Yeah, that one licked my hand. She points at Philip. Yeah, she'll run over. Okay. I will. Nope. I will. But Luvash is probably looking for me. And I gotta get back to the encampment. And she'll scratch her head. She'll laugh because it's somewhat familiar for Vistani children to run around. He's town drunk. So you know where the encampment is, and you just kind of walk right through the forest with everyone there, and she's telling you all about all her recent misadventures with her older brother, her her first cousin, Petrin, and you used to be very good friends with Petrin, but you guys haven't really talked much since your father kind of spaced you guys away from the Vistani. But so you arrive at the Vistani encampment, and so there's several. It's on a large hill, and there is huts built in. It's like little huts built inside, built into the hill with a bunch of the Vardos with the horses on top of the hill, creating this circle. If you look at the maps, it's in the maps. And so you guys kind of come up the roadside straight up into the caravan, and you see a bunch of people that you know. You see several by name. Vano, Yeska, Ruslo, Saban. They say hi. And there's several others all walking around, and there's a lot of people that look drunk. And the woods in this part reveals the expansive clearing. There's the small grass-covered hill with the low houses built into its side, and fog obscures the details. But there's elegantly carved woodwork, and there's decorative lanterns, and the woodwork is old. It's not Barovian. It's a different style. And there's the barrel-topped wagons that surround a very large tent with a column of smoke pouring out through the hole in the top, and it's brightly lit. You smell the odors of wine and horses that emanate from the central area. The scent of wine is very heavy. This is what Vasily von Holtz said. Okay. Uh, so, so you take. I'm getting the echo again, but you take the. You take her up the side of the hill, straight into the center, and there's a bunch of horses, bunch of wagons, and you look around. You tell, and everyone's just staring at you guys, and then looking at Arabelle, and a lot of like the women are getting relieved, and they guide you to the center tent. And so, when you pass by those hovels, you see there's several gray cloaked figures. Get rid of the echo, Jeremy. It's killing me here. And they have flowing hair and half hidden under the cows, and these are dusk elves, and there's not a lot of them left. And you've never no, he is not. The only ones that Vasily von Holtz told you are part of the order are the Mardikovs, and he didn't really specifically tell you what side of the family. Yes, but he. Mhm. And so you're guided to the large Vistani tent in the center, and piled outside the wagons are several empty casks of wine, and from inside the tent comes a crack of a whip, followed by the howls of a young man. And 3 sputtering campfires fill the tent with smoke, and through the haze you see 6 Vistani passed out in various places. And as you kind of walk right inside the central tent, a shirtless teenager hugs the central tent pole, and his wrists are bound with rope, and his back is streaked with blood. And an older, larger man in studded leather armor lashes the young man with a horsewhip, causing him to scream again. Standing in the bigger man's shadow is a third man, also clad in studded leather. "Easy, brother, easy," he says to the whip-wielding brute. "I think Alexei has learned his lesson." And the 2 men look. Yes, Alexei is a friend, an old friend. Yeah, what do you? Yes, if you want to look at the NPCs, the bigger man is on the right, and the man behind him with the long dark hair, who told him to calm down and not hit Alexei anymore. Yes, you do. Yep, you are. What will you say? Luvash and Aragol will both turn. And Luvash, horrible! Where have you been? And he'll run over and pick her up, and she'll start laughing as he spins her in a circle. And Alexei will, covered in blood, looks up and looks at Arabelle. You sly one, got away. And he's kind of just drenched in sweat. If you sure. So are you going? Where have you been? These three saved me, and Uncle Vasily is their friend. Luvash will look at Aragol, and you don't see his face, but Aragol nods and then leaves. But before he leaves, Luvash will tell him, brother, give me your key. They deserve a reward at least. He'll take out a key and hand it to him. Roll your insight. Yes. Uh, Whatever he motioned him to do, it might be something. It looks sinister. Maybe to go deal with Bluto in some way. You're in the giant tent. It has like a giant. It has three campfires inside of it, and there's the large center pole where you guys are standing in front of. Alexia is tied around it. This blonde-haired, uh, bloody back, and there's several drunk. There's a lot of drunk Vistani, Luvash will look at you guys and is, you guys deserve a reward. Deserve a reward for what you guys did. Come with me. Come with me. And it's a game we like to play. And there's two giant iron padlocks securing the door of this barrel-topped wagon. And he'll grab, he pulls out a key and he takes one of the key that Aragorn gave him, and he'll open both the padlocks and he'll pocket the keys. He says, "You can choose one for saving my darling Arabelle." And so, inside this wagon, there is, he says, "The rules are simple. You may look but not touch." There's a simple wooden chest. There's an iron chest. There is a what looks like to be a jewelry box, and it's decorated with gold. And it's if you look closer, when you look closer, it's made out of onyx. And there's a giant, like a bigger wooden throne with gold inlay and decorative stones. There's a rolled up 10-foot square rug. It's just this giant rug, but based on the measurements, it is square. And you kind of look at it, and you see this a very Middle Eastern design in bright colors. Like a bulge inside of it? No, you can't really tell. Mm-mm. There's a small wooden box, and it contains like a lot of potions in it with like stoppered gourds. And then when you look at that, Luvash will be like, "Oh, that's not part of the real treasure. You know, you probably shouldn't want to pick that one." And he'll pick it up and put it to the side. It was a small wooden box, and it had a bunch of potions in it. And he told you that they're not. Uh, he's only one. All of you get, you know, you get everything. You get the box and whatever's inside. What do you guys think? What's Silverlithum or Vasily think? No, you pick one as a party. And a wooden throne and decorative stones. If you guys want to do some general, if you want to do like a general perception check to see kind of the value of everything, it's not a magical item. Uh, no. 14. Silverlithum. Jeremy's probably muted. Lol. Jeremy. 10. Okay. Um. Silverlithum. The jewelry box looks like it's pretty valuable. The silly. You know that the Vistani like to be tricksters, so there might be a lot of worth inside of like the wooden chest or the iron chest because you can't really discern any value from it. Um, Victor, you know that the onyx jewelry box that's probably around 250 gold. The something is probably around 250 to 300, and the wooden throne, like the gold inlay and the decorative stones, there's some very sizable stones in there. It's uncomfortably large because it's like moving it would be difficult, but with Vasily's wagon, if he wanted to take it out here, he could move it. That's probably worth around 800 gold pieces. And the rug, it looks quite decorative and very exquisitely made. That's probably worth around 800 also. There's a wooden one and an iron one. No. I can roll for him. I mean, he's not gonna get anything more. I mean, he's a rogue, so you might know. Ooh, doo doo. He has the same kind of assumption as you guys. He's always liked the idea of getting a throne though and sitting on it and feeling powerful. That's the rules, yeah. Only looking. then it opens on its own. Yes, yes, you can. You could. Just say out loud, oops. I magicked it. Are you gonna flip the wooden chest upside down? Okay. So you levitate that chest, just floats up, and then Luvash looks at it, and then looks at you, and looks at it, and then you just flips it upside down. A bunch of Illyrian pieces just drop out of it. And you estimate it's over 1,000 Illyrian pieces, and they all have a visage of Strahd profiled on it. Yes. Well, you're taking that one because I'm not cleaning it up. And so you guys just you guys scoop all the Illyrian pieces, and you're gonna ask him. When you count it all up, it's 1,200. Yeah, go ahead. Roll persuasion. That would ruin the fun. Like I said, it only ruined the fun. Yeah, you like to lick hands of little girls. But and he'll lock it up. He'll lock it up with the keys again. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. We don't really have any wine anymore. We ran out. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Toy maker. Yeah. I always try to get him to make something for Arabelle, but she always just destroys them. And he'll laugh. A hag. You're dealing with a hag. I wouldn't trust a hag. That's always bad news when you're dealing with a hag. The only one who wins is the hag. The only hag we know about that's good is Madame Ava, and he'll elbow Vasily, laughing because it's a joke. Ha ha ha. You guys are outside of town. No. No, it's east. You'd have to follow the road from the morning gate around to the cupcake where you passed it, the bone grinder. Uh, you have like a quarter of a bottle of Dragon Crush. So you'll go searching through the camp, going from wagon to wagon, kind of looking under them, making sure there's no drunk Oleg, and you finally find him. Just the bald, heavy beard starting to gray a bit, and he's just at one of the empty kegs, and he has his tankard, and he's trying to scoop the empty keg with his cup. It's just knocking against the wood. And he'll slowly like blink and then look at you. Where have you been? And he'll just like his arms just go out, and I missed you so much. It's been terrible. It's been terrible. It's been so bad. I don't know. They're gone. They're all gone. Most likely. The hefty man, very large, probably going on 300 pounds ish, and he's like 5'7". He's not the tallest guy. I don't know what to do. Silva does not recognize him. No. The guy was who did that was like a thinner, very old, bald, white beard man, like gray beard, not white, like dirty beard. And so Oleg is just blackout drunk. He's gone. He's like weeping and crying. So you gonna take your gains and take Oleg. Are you gonna bring him back home, or are you gonna leave him here? So you'll kind of drag, half walk Oleg to back inside the gatehouse, back into Valaki, and you guys all kind of return back to the smithy, and you sit him down, and he's still just. I don't know what happened. Actually, I was looking. I looked all around, and we went out east, and we lost track. We lost track of Darzan. Yeah, yeah. That way. And he points east. Yeah. And he does like a burp. Yeah. We followed the. He pushes past you. And he just throws up all over the ground. He just pushes you out, just all over the ground. Yeah, he's sweating. He's just, I feel a lot better. A lot better. So much better. We were out east, and now he's just kind of like, he's like, he's like on his knees, and he's wiping his hand on his leg, and he's kind of like talking up to you, and he's just like naturally just kind of sitting in his vomit. We were going out east. We lost track of Dars and Tweez. It was some woman stole him. She was so bloody. I don't know. But a woman's scary. So scary. And he just is just now mumbling. He's just starting to fall asleep in his own vomit. Ew. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, you'll kind of you just vomit all over your wooden floors. You kind of like just like bleh, get it out of there. So what would you like to do? We'll say it's noon. You guys spent your morning quite productively. Hmm. Just thinking on it. And Hasbro isn't helping you, and you kind of go to find him, and he has like charcoal, and he's drawing on Oleg's face. You went to the what are you looking for specifically? You went to the general store district, so there's a bunch of different stores and small little places. But what are you looking for? There's there's boot shop. There's random. There's but the boot shop looks like it's closed because uh it's Udo's boot shop, and Udo is currently in the Burgomaster's mansion with shackles tearing at his wrists. No. Uh, for the general, Silverlithum, are you there? Are you letting the wizard roam around town? Also, the rogues with you, because that's how the party's been going. Salazar. Hmm. Okay, and he'll pick the lock. Silverlithum, what are you doing? Yeah. Uh, on his second try, about 14 seconds later, he pops it open and he opens the door for you. After you, and his cape like flies in the wind as he proceeds inside like he owns the place. I'm making him over the top because this is how you play his character. Yeah. So listen, what are you doing? What are you doing in game? Okay. So you're inside the boot shop. There's different assortment of boots. Yeah. You gotta stick them right on your feet. And when you look around, you see there's a painting of Udo, and you see there, him standing up, looking as proud as he could possibly be. This stylized painting of him, and sitting in a chair in front of him is a blonde, young woman. It looks like probably too young to be his wife, probably his daughter. Uh, yeah, he's rolling perception. Hmm. There's no one in the house. You'll look, roll investigation to try to find some gold or something. You and him will look around. You'll look for where he keeps his money. You'll find a lockbox hidden in one of his drawers under some clothes. Yeah, doesn't seem like it. Okay. You go to where his study is. It's just a mess. His handwriting is non-legible to you guys. Uh, you look around. You find some old, uh, like who he sells boots to. Orders, that sort of thing. Probably in there might be something valuable, like stashed in like these piles of papers, maybe a deed or something. But like deed to this house he owns, probably maybe. You don't really know. Yes. Silvalitham found out that he said that we should feed the burgomaster to the wolves at the Wolfhead Jamboree. Doop. Yeah. You'll pocket your old boots, do that sort of thing. Make sure there is no trace of you at all. Like it was, you were not even here. Whoop. Close the door. He walks out like he owns the place. Yep. And you go on your merry way. Yep. Yes. Those are exactly the boots that were stolen. Seconds later, guards arrive. You're captured and put into the stocks, and will be hanged immediately for stealing boots. Rocks fall from the sky, and you are dead. Okay. Uh, Clothing makers, mills, random general goods. I mean, you gotta tell me what you're looking for here. Yeah, you'll go hunting. You'll find that there's actually a uh a little cafe, and when you walk in, as lovely as a Barovian cafe can be, it's quite depressing. So the the cafe is Lovette's Meat Pies, and so there's a bunch of people eating in there, and they're on the menu is Barovian meat pies, and it is a silver piece for one. And the woman at the front, who you assume to be Lovette, if you look at the NPCs and scroll up, she is the red-haired woman with the green dress and the pink apron. Uh, I think we'll just kind of keep. I'll plan. Yeah. Um, how are you doing today, miss? That sort of thing. Talk to her a little bit. And she'll tell you that the pies are one silver piece. No, very similar, but totally different. You're gonna get some meat pies? How many are you gonna buy? Buy three meat pies, so you spend is it how many silver and a gold? I don't know. Who use lyrium? So you'll actually tip her a lot if you give her a lyrium piece. It'd be 3 silver. Give her a nice tip. She gives you your pies. Best meat pies in Barovia. And eating your pies, they're quite good. Yeah, if you have detect poison or investigation. Uh, doesn't look like they've been tampered with. The meat looks like beef of some sort. Beef or chicken. Yeah, he'll he wants to be safe, so he'll follow you around, I guess. 2 days? No, it's only been half a day. Okay. So Silvalitham is the only one who would be really doing anything. Kind of fill in this time gap here. Jeremy, you there? Who? Letter. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Uh, so you go to the Burgomaster's mansion, and when you knock on the door, Zolotov is at the Burgomaster's mansion. No, okay. He didn't get kidnapped. He wanted to stay there. Maybe. You're all at Vasilis. Okay. Uh, Ismark and Arena are at the chapel. You guys don't know that. The only person that knows that is Vasily. Roll, roll. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it. Just downtime. You guys want to hang out? So you can teach you. Yeah, if you're helpful enough. Well, it's new. It's 1 p.m. now, but you guys have all day of downtime essentially if you're just gonna be chilling at the house. Okay, so you're gonna help him do the smith stuff. You know something, I would assume. You guys been friends for a while. He probably told you about silversmithing in some way and how to do it. Do you have anything to ask, or are we gonna do a time skip? Ezek. He he's never always had he's. It's only recently that he got the arm. You didn't know him with the arm. Yeah, this is kind of new. This arm that he has. Yeah, he was just uh, a drunkard who led the guards, armless, with a giant axe. No, he's a loser. Yeah, he's speaking your language, Vasily. He's never heard of her. Argen Vostholt. Argen Vostholt is an old mansion west of here. Its legends say that a great dragon died there. You know a tale about it. You know an old Vistani scare story about it. How about go ahead, tell us the epic of Argen Vostholt. Yeah, I don't know the story. Vasily does. Go ahead. You have creative freedom. Uh, all you know that it was the dragon was noble and was good. You don't know what you don't know the color or all you know that the creed was good. Uh, you don't know the specifics, but you can come up with anything you please. It's your story. You back when it used to house an ancient good order of the dragon, and you don't know the specifics of this at all. You know that the dragon was killed by Strahd's army, and there was a great battle there. It's all up to you with how much you want to believe in that story. Well, I mean, it's all up to you on how much you want to believe of that. No. Dum, dum, dum. Okay. So, the you guys stagger your sleep, and Oleg sleeps through the whole day. And the sixth morning of your stay in Barovia has arrived. And so, uh, the option to meet Strahd is three more days. Hmm. You don't have to roll perception. You sleep through the night. It's another day in Barovia. Yeah, I do four more swords with the man. With him helping you, you can finish it in the morning today. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw, Victor. Yeah. It's top left. Hmm. Your stomach's a little bit unsettled, but that's it. Uh, Maybe, probably, but it seems no. It's just an unsettled stomach. It's not poison or anything. It's just it was actually delicious, but it was just like it's unsettled your stomach. He has a stomach ache right now, actually. He's just laying in bed. So you finish off your silversmithing that morning. You finish off your spells, and your stomach ache passes. And Salazar is still kind of complaining about his stomach hurts after that. I don't want to go back there anymore. Oh, you want to go to Jenny Green Teeth's? So, does Silverlithum want to go, or Vasily? You'll gather up all your weapons, put them in a wheelbarrow, and start trotting them off to the burgomaster's mansion. And you guys go to Jenny Greenteeth's shop. And when you get there, she is not in her hag form. She's actually a very attractive young woman with her white hair that she wears in her hag form. And she is she has like a mannequin, and she is sewing and putting together this black dress that looks like it's made out of spider silk. You think so? I've been working on it all day. I'm so excited for the next full moon. Oh, 7. There's more than 7 in Barovia. Hmm. I'm more interested in your new friend. And she'll kind of skitter over. What can I do for you? And she's patting her fingers together. She has a bunch of she calls it weird magic, and it's a bunch of hag trinkets. And she offers you she says she can offer magical goods being in spells also. So she can do healing and cursing and things of that stuff. She has these dolls that are similar to voodoo dolls. She has some random potions. Yes. So she sells them at a rate of 20 gold apiece. Well, I'm the only one who sells them, dear. And she goes, ding, touches your nose. How is your bartering? Yes. Electrum. I said Illyrian for some. I said Illyrian for no reason. Like, it's Electrum. Yeah, it's my bad. There. It's 150 gold. No, no, no. Electrum's worth half a gold a piece, so it's just half that if you want to put it into gold standards. So it'd be 40 Electrum for a health potion. These aren't just normal health potions, sir. They're greater potions of healing. And she'll just kind of silently just like blink her eyes and just like, yes. I can give him to you for a discount if you're willing to give me something else. Uh, eh, I'm a favor to ask, and the favor she wants. If you she asked for a lingering embrace from the rogue, which was a nice 13-second long hug. But she got some skin from the wizard peeled from his back. If you want to heal it, if you have a healing spell. Yeah, it's scabbing. Let me find out. There it is. There it is. She says she'll offer it for a quarter price if I would like a. Hmm, she puts her finger on her chin. A stein of your saliva. And a stein is a large cup. It has to be warm. If it's not warm, I won't take it. And if it's cold, you have to do it again. And she'll take out a cup and hand it to you. You're just spitting into it, constantly spitting into it. Your mouth is getting drier and drier. And you're it's starting to get a little bit cold because it's taking so long. How would you like to heat his saliva? It's not cold. It's getting colder. He's a silver dragonborn, so he tends to be a cold. Oh, okay. Blech, blech. And you'll fill up the cup in like 45 minutes as you're hugging the cup close to you and you're spitting in it, trying to keep the cup warm. Yes, just this giant dragonborn, and it's singing. Ooh, I like that. Throw that in the deal, and I'll make it cheaper. Fine. And she'll sell the potions for a quarter. Uh, five gold pieces, and she takes the cup. She just starts sticking her tongue in it. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Delicious. And she puts a little bit of it in a vial that she puts in her pocket, and she pours the rest in a cauldron and starts spinning it and cackling. The yeah. I'm sort of losing interest, but yes, yes. Okay. Mm, okay. You know where they are, hun. She'll point you to the direction. You see them on the shelf. You grab them, and you'll hand her the electrum pieces needed. So you take 20 electrons. Which ones are you trying to sell her? Well, it would take a really long time to transfer all your old ones to the new one because you have to. Oh, really? How many hours? Cantrips are ingrainedly known, so no. Okay, so you have all your spells in your enduring spellbook. If you want to set up, I could give you the gold in credit if that's what you desire. Hmm. I don't like parting with physical money, but for you, fine. I'll give you. She looks at it. She flips through the page and starts. And you start whenever you see when you this beautiful woman. You already saw her green hag form, so it's just hard not to see her as the green hag. I'll give you 30 gold for this spell, and the other book I'll give you 200 in credit. I don't work in spell books. I just sell them. I don't like. It's not like a collector's thing. I once I obtain any, I sell them. No, she's not a wizard. Uh, she. If you want to know who I sell them to, and she'll rub her fingers together. 15. Two. 16. She'll put out her hand and she'll give you the gold and she'll take the book. Well, Strahd's library is where most of my goods go to. It's worth quite the amount. He has a lot of spell books. He's picked up quite the adventurers that always pass through here always are looking to buy and sell, and I always grab from them and sell to him. He's always the highest bidder. I heard you're invited to this dinner. I can't wait to see you there. Yes, we're riding in the same. We're. Ooh. I would love to go to the full moon banquet with such a handsome man. And she'll wink, wink, and then he'll throw up. No. Dread crafting. Yeah, here and there. They're very rare. Very rare. Not every century you meet a dread crafter. Mm. I don't know much. I know of a location where you can find another. 10 gold. 10. And you guys are just kind of handing gold back and forth to each other at this point. And she says he lives in a tower south on the eastern side of Mount Gacus. And Mount Gacus is the southernmost mountain. It's the highest peak, and you could see it from here. She'll point to it, and it's through some like a parting in the mist, and it's you don't see the tower from here, but it's that is where she says. Frentisi. He thinks himself a master creator. Frantisi. And she'll and Frantisi Mordenheim. He doesn't deal with the living much. And I'll make sure that the rogue keeps his word and takes me as an escort. No, he's not. No, he's not. No. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, she'll go in for another hug. Oh, she's coming for it. He's like trying to evade, but he's like, ugh. Oh yeah, she hugs him, grabs his butt. Yeah. Yeah, this hag. Oh yeah, and she'll just smack him on his way out. Drug factory. Okay, so Vasily, you are wheelbarrowing all your swords to the Burgomaster's mansion, and you have Hasbro is sitting there also, just staring at you. Blech. Sticking his tongue out. Blech. Burger's master, the Burger King. So you you arrive at the Burgomaster's mansion, but so you knock on the door, dun dun dun, and there's still these people just gathering all this thicket and wood, and you see in the entrance hall as the door is opened by someone that you didn't expect to open the door. Uh, it's now a wooden sun, and you see opening the door is Zolotov in a butler's uniform. This way, and he'll as he's walking you to the pipe room. The master will be with you soon, and he's like, and like under his breath, like whispering to you. His son is insane. We should really deal with him. The burgomaster has a kid named you didn't really talk to him that much. What was his kid's name? Oh, his kid's name was Victor also. Uh, I'll tell you about it later, but something bad's going down upstairs, and going up upstairs. Um, and he'll leave, and the burgomaster will walk in with his two mastiffs, his breastplate on, and his sword, and he inspects the wares. Vasily, always a good job, as usual. Your father always made great weapons. Hmm, I might, since your father's disappearance and death, assumed death, your uh, your shipments are well needed since you've been gone. But it'll only be a few more months until you had to you can stop making them for a discounted price, and he'll hand you 200 gold, which is not like it's not worth the work that you put into it, but your father always told you to uh yeah, work cheaper for the burgomaster. You were always kind, and you always helped us, but I think there's going to be something different this next festival. The Festival of the Blazing Sun will be a new dawn for Barovia. I can feel it. All will be well, all will be well. Have you seen Ezek lately? I cannot get a hold of him. Hmm. Well, if you see him, tell him I need him now. It's been... Well, you can be on your way. Thank you. And your friends, how are they accommodating? They worry me so. Good. Keep it that way, and he'll dismiss you. He's a butler. Who's that? He's the butler for the burgomaster. He has to stay with the burgomaster. He has to work. I don't know. So what do you want to do, Vasily? Okay. Uh, you'll like go on investigative mode. I need you to roll investigation. Oh, 12. You it's not that hard. He's more of a bear, so it doesn't really make any sense why the burgomaster hasn't been able to get a hold of him. It seems like he's probably Isaac's ignoring him. Um, and when you're asking around to find Isaac or tracking what seems to be his wreckage or his path, anyone that you talk to, it seems like Isaac has kind of gone on a frenzy of trying to find this woman, this auburn-haired woman that he's heard about. And he's been going from house to house, uh, slamming on doors, forcing them open, and just searching houses with guards. So you're able to track him quite easily. You can kind of follow the sound of uh, just loud screams. He's in, from what you've heard, what people have told you, he's cleared most of the northeastern houses, so he's pretty far away from the chapel. The chapel is all the way in the west end, so he started from the north. The farthest away from your house, actually. He started where he thinks that you would put her, farther away. Your house is in the south middle. That's the Burgomaster's. And you'll find him just slamming through a house and throwing things out windows, shattering tables. I know you have her. I know you do. Where is she? And he has his axe out as guards are just rampaging through this house. My people of Valaki. Don't make me lock you in the stocks with all the other mule heads. Roll intimidation with advantage. Get to roll twice. He'll frown deeply. He'll call to his guards. You think you're all tough? I'm going to kill you. He is just gripping his weapon with both his hands very tightly. This axe. You're just gonna walk away. He's gonna scream after you. This axe is going to tear you in half. Just you wait. Yes, he did. Just you wait. He'll tear you right in half. And I'm going to kill you. He's so mad, so angry. And he'll stomp off as you just casually walk away. Oh, I love these encounters. You'll walk right back to home with Isaac marching back to his master's quarters. Eastmark. Roll perception. Someone is following you. It's not a guard, but it's a older man with a hunch, and he has a dirty beard, and he's bald. And he's staring at you. But when you look at him, he like acts like he's casually just kind of picking up sticks for the blazing sun. No, nothing. Just picking up sticks for the blazing sun ceremony. I'm so excited. I think the yeah, probably very familiar. Small town. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I think you have the wrong guy. He's gonna try to start backing away to like the main road and try to gain some distance. You must. Wait. He is blatantly following you. He's not too sneaky. He's kind of spooked. And so you arrive at your house and you see this. You saw that the old man with the dirty beard is there, watching you. Oh yeah, yeah. You'll flip the sign that says it's closed, and then you turn it to open. You are a shop. You are a blacksmith. You arrive back here. The cleric, wizard, and rogue all return after a shopping trip, and the cleric is kind of like thinking back and gagging a little bit about putting all his spit into a cup. Solo with him. You wanna peek outside. Roll perception. Everyone, what is it? What do you got? He is not in sight of any of you when you're looking around the house and kind of looking behind the house. You're looking at the alleys and the people that are passing by. You do not see the bald man with the dirty beard. There's people around, but it's not the bald man with the dirty beard. All right. Yeah. Yep. hmm yeah. Sleep through the night, and it will be the 2 days before the full moon banquet. Let me mark that down. 2 days. See ya. I'm gonna sleep so I can wake up at 7 a.m. You got any theories, Gentry? Any theories? Any theories? Uh, Specific theories, general theories. I don't know. I'm ready to hear some. I don't know. Maybe. Where's the corner pieces? Ah! You don't have the corner pieces. On your puzzle, you're tilted. Dang it. And they're all pink colored. So it's like, there's no shades. You can't tell the difference. It's like, how do you even figure this out? It's all about the money, money. The gold coins. Andy got a nice little hug. He's escorting Jenny to the moon full moon banquet. Oh, she wants him to though. Oh, that's the Strahd invited you to the full moon banquet. She's going to the same banquet. No, the full moon banquet is that's the Blazing Sun festival. You guys, so it's funny because it's the festival of the Blazing Sun, and then it's the full moon banquet. Strahd's full moon banquet, while Valaki has their Blazing Sun festival. Sun versus moon. It's fun. Put put in the Curse of Strahd chat. I'm moving all our memes of D&D into. Yeah, it's right above NPCs. Oh yeah, you got to. Those are some nice slick cowboy boots. Boom. Ew, those are gross. I actually do want to get cowboy boots. Well, they're nice boots. It's all aesthetic. Nice black boots. No,